When you go out and you get traffic, the most important thing is understanding who you're looking for. And if you can know who you're looking for, you can find them on the internet. Yeah. That's how you do it, right? So you build a profile, and you do that by looking at the exact people like you and me, right? So like if I were to build one profile for a male and one profile for a woman, there's going to be these similar characteristics of my best customers are in what situation. Yeah. For you, if I were to help you, you're married with 3 kids. You're very different than a 22-year-old kid coming out of college. They may be able to relate to me in a different way, in a way of they want to earn, they come from the family, they don't have a lot of money. It hits you, but my guess is like the emotion hits you more around like my mom, your kids, wanting well for your kids, and like your why is different than their why. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yes. 100%. So it's like storytelling is so important to like get that person to resonate with you. And if you don't do a good job of that, or you have too many people that are scattered. So in a survey, if you have way too many people, you didn't do a good job with your survey. If you get to the end game and it doesn't resonate with you, then you don't belong in that segment. Then you got to go back and redo it. We're doing one with like the end client is CBD oil. You use CBD oil for different things, for sleep apnea, energy, for aches and pains on your body. You could take it with oil, headaches, all kinds of stuff, right? Yeah. Use cream, or you could use it with oil, drops in your mouth. 2 different forms of how you could take it, right? You can't market that stuff in a lot of the platforms online. You can't buy traffic on Facebook like that, right? So he can't market on Facebook. Guess what he can market on Facebook? Take the aches and pains assessment. What aches and pains is disrupting your life? Take the assessment and I'll tell you what you can do to fix that. Yeah. Maybe you're somebody, here's where like it gets a little tricky, right? And I'll tell you why I think that it's gonna go deeper than this. His segments were neck pain, headaches, back pain, sleep apnea, low energy. So based on what the person's situation is, we're gonna segment them by that. You have back pain, you have neck pain, whatever, right? I think it's way too broad, but I just want to get it out there. I believe in like imperfect action. If we sit and like try to make the most perfect thing, you never get started. Yeah. So you do it imperfectly, see how it does, get it going, just get it going, and it like creates momentum for you. You go through the process, you get the ads, you get everything going. We watch, we say, does it bomb? Yeah. Or is it though, okay, how many people fall into each segment? Now, normally, when you're looking at it, there's ways to see if you did a good job or not. What's the start percentage? We got somebody there. How many people started, right? 1,000 people got there, 90% of them started. Let's say you're doing an A/B test, and you get somebody to the other one and only 50% start. Well, then people are resonating with that when you push them there. Let's say you only did one, and like after you've been running traffic enough, I know that let's say 90% of the people should start. And if they don't, your messaging is, something's off. Yeah. So what do? You go and look at that page and try to figure it out and test. Try to get that opt-in, that start rate going, right? Then there's the questions. How many people from the start get to the opt-in page? That's the drop-off, right? And you watch each question, and you see, like, all right, 1,000 people answer. 1,000 people, 900 people answer. So 100 left. 900 people, 877. And there's always drop-off, right? 877, 600. Whoa. Whoa. What happened between What's going on with that question? Unless it's something that you need, you had to like figure out how to ask it a different way or get it later, but it's big drop. So you fix that, right? But to get to the opt-in page, once you get to the opt-in page, right? One, you want to look at what percentage of people get to each of those opt-in pages, right? That's your segments. You want to know what percentages. You usually want to have it even. When you've done a good job, you want it to be about, let's say you had 4, 25% each, 25% of each person. But if you see one that has like 85% of the people going there, you haven't done a good job with the segmentation, because the whole idea is for you to be able to break people out to fall into these different patterns, these different segments, these different buckets. When you get to the page where you're custom messaging something, you're speaking 85% of the people are going to one, but like, let's say 85% of them have back pain. I still need to get over why you wouldn't use CBD oil. Like, what are your disbeliefs? What are your objections? Whether you have back pain, neck pain, it's all gonna come down to like, what are the problems that somebody's having or why they wouldn't buy that? So for me, what I think is going to happen is if we go and market this thing, and I hope it works. That'd be amazing. If it works, it'll be like, oh my God, and I could do so much better. Yeah. That would be exciting, actually. But if 85% of them fall into the back pain, then I'd want to then go create a new survey and focus my energy on only people that have back pain. Don't worry about the neck pain people, the sleep apnea. Like 85% of the people are interested in back pain and how to fix it. So now I can go and target people that have back pain, 4 types of people that have back pain and the reasons why they do.
Yeah.
I could tell you which one you are based on your living habits and how you can fix it. One solution.
Yeah.
Then I get you through and I start talking like, what's going on with your back pain? Like, are you somebody that plays a lot of sports, comes home and your back's aching, or you're watching your grandkids and you bend over and then you can't get back up and now you're in bed and you can't even play with your grandkids, or you can't even read to them or hang out with them. Somebody that's athletic versus somebody that's like older and has bad back. It's not about being athletic. So I would have to like figure out, are you athletic? How old are you? Right? Do you have kids, grandkids? Right? I'm asking these demographic questions in the survey to figure out who you are. The question stuff's kind of cool. It's like I back it out into demographic, geographic, psychographic, and behavioral. If I were to like go make a survey, I know what it feels like when you're like, oh, I don't even know what to ask them. And then people ask like dumb stuff and they don't do it the right way. And there's a right way to do it. You want to use these questions in a way that it works. You're using each question for a reason. There's a lot of mistakes that people make when they build a survey. So when someone says, I've already done surveys, I've tried it, doesn't work. Surveys work.
Yeah, you're doing it wrong.
So whatever you did, I don't know what you did, I'm telling you something was wrong.
Yeah.
They work. I've got millions and millions of dollars in case studies and success to tell you they work. And I don't know what you did, but if you follow mine, I will show you, right? And it's all around like the demographics are like who you are. And those are easy questions. Like you don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
It's like, what year were you born? What age range do you belong in? Are you married? Do you have kids? What income level do you fall in from your household? Do you own a home? It's all about you and whatever you need to know. Are you male or female? It's all that stuff. If you did it with a business, it'd be firmographics. Geographics are more around like culture, zip code, where you are, things like that, right? I find that one is used the least amount because even if like you want to know where they are, you should hypothetically be able to target certain areas and you already know where they're coming from. Unless you're like doing it globally. And that's where it's like, what zip code are you in? What part of the country are you in? If that's relevant to your business. Psychographics are all about your opinion and your beliefs. So there's questions like that. If I had to go and say like, why are surveys so effective? There's a bunch of reasons I can tell you why. If you're the business owner using a survey, I'd break it down to why there's benefits on why you would use it. There's benefits on why it's powerful to the person taking the survey. And there's benefits to the media of like why like the traffic does so well. As I explained, like this CBD guy can put this pain assessment on Facebook. With on the back end, he'll be selling the CBD oil later.
Yeah, which he could
like,
not put out the face of the ad. Yeah.
No, it would get disapproved. But Facebook will take a pain assessment and let that run because what you're doing is you're literally letting people self-declare their own problems to you. They're telling you what's wrong with you. They're self-identifying. You're giving them something. They're learning something about themselves, and every person is selfish. You don't take action. That's why people hate it when like you're like asking them to sign up for a form. You're just like, you're asking for these commitments before you've shown any value or given them anything. Another reason why surveys are effective is because for you as like the business or the owner or the face of the business, like when I welcome you, I'm starting a relationship with you. I'm becoming an authority and showing you I know what I'm talking about. Then I'm guiding you through that with the questions. I don't actually guide you, right? But when you're finished, I'm over there and I'm saying, hey, you finished it. The results are in. We figured out what your results are. Put your information, I'll tell you on this side. I don't even have to list it. You could test all different kind of things. I tell them what it is, and then on the back end, I'm telling them like what we've been going through, what their problem is, relating to them, empathizing with them, showing them how I've overcome it, showing you where I was so you can see old Eric to the here I am today. And in between, there was all this stuff that I learned to get me here. And if you like what I have, I can show you how to do it. And then that's where you transition with the survey goal into like, what's the next thing you want them to do? Because if you do it well, in their mindset, they're like, dude, you just described my situation better than me. Like you totally get it. I want it. What do I do next, right? And there's different buying behaviors. So like some people are spontaneous and they'd buy something right there, boom. Other people have questions. They want to do it, they like it, but they have questions. They're not sure. I'm in, but before I spend 10 grand, I need to talk to somebody. Hang on. They'll ask you the exact same questions that your FAQs are. They'll ask you the same questions that are on the page that they signed up, where they signed up on the lead form. They're not reading it, but they'll still ask it. A lot of marketers make mistakes of if they think they put it on the funnel on the page, that it's done. They know. No one's reading that. Or maybe they're getting one thing out of it. So you think that you're addressing all the objections and answering all those questions, but you're not, because it's not getting through to them because they're not reading it. They're not reading the whole thing. They're just signing up. For you to close, you gotta address that. So it's like, the other two buyers. And it's cool. You could ask questions to try to figure out like what kind of buyer you are. Spontaneous, logical, proof
that what? It's going to be
that it works.
Yeah.
You want to see. Your questions are answered, but who else has done this? Prove it. I want to see that. Have you done this before? That's why you have case studies. That's why like now what I'm doing, I'm trying to work with people just to create case studies.
Yeah.
In different ones, in different industries to show them. Learn about that industry and I'm like, yeah, here's a real estate agent who did this. Used my program. I showed them the perfect serve method. We built it. They did it. They sold 15 houses last month. Previous 12 months, they sold 7 houses. Who would I target then? If that happened, I would position the front end just to real estate agents. And I'd start looking, because I already have a case study. I know it works. So I'd start building out something for real estate agents and like diving deeper into that to build this whole thing out. Then I could go out to every zip code in the country and get thousands of people using this system. Pre-build it. It's already built. If I show them how to do it, one, they'll be marketing to a different person because it's a different zip code. Yeah. Because you're marketing to a different person, you don't have to recreate the wheel 25,000 times. You keep the exact same thing. You can like model it, maybe tweak it a little bit to be personal to you. But for the most part, the framework's there. And then just rinse and repeat. The more you build up case studies, the more it's like, you don't need to do it, but you're making a big mistake. And when Nancy down the street does it and she blows you away, just remember this conversation and I'm sorry that you didn't take that leap. Yeah. That's all like around proof. I'm a proof buyer. Like I never go and buy the iPhones when they come out. That doesn't excite me. Yeah. I'm the guy that buys that iPhone like a month before the new one comes out. Yeah. And I'm like, should I wait another month now? And I never do because I don't really care. It doesn't like get me excited. If I'm at one of these things and like you're talking to me about it, you're telling me about it, you're just talking about like, well, I have a yacht and I did this and I was able to do that. You don't really have to say very much about what I need to do to get there. If I believe it, if you got me to believe, I will buy that before I even know what I'm really buying. I spent $25K on one of the programs and like, I didn't even know what it was. I was like, I'm in. I liked the guy. I trusted him. I thought he was smart. I wanted to be around him. Yeah. I wanted to see what he had. I just thought, this is a good guy to get to know. I'll pay $25K for that. And frankly, like the program he built, I was overqualified for it. Really? Yeah, like I got value out of it. Most of the people there didn't have a business, or if they did, they had like a small business. Yeah. I made more money than everybody in that room, collective. So it was like I was in a different room and I didn't even know what I was buying, right? Yeah. But with that said, I'm not mad that I did it. I had fun. Yeah. I learned. The business where I make money and what I'm trying to learn is very different. I'm trying to understand how to build a movement. How to like become more of an influencer, how to teach your success to other people in a digestible way, simple, digestible way. Build like an audience where I'm with them. I see the end result with them and I'm there, I'm guiding them. I haven't done that yet. I've done it in my life. I know I could do it, but it's like, that's where it's like, I feel like I have a higher calling because I do it one-on-one. I don't do it like one to masses. That's how I'll change the world. If I can get 5,000 people doing all of this, starting to speak my languages, following my success patterns, and then they're now having success, it's powerful.